My name is Nora Blake. I'm 31 years old. 3 nights ago, I went to visit my parents after months of being busy with work. I thought it would be a normal evening, but the moment I stepped inside the house, I knew something was wrong. The lights were on, the front door wasn't locked, and the silence felt heavy. I called out, "Mom? Dad?" No answer. My heart started beating faster. I walked further inside, and then I saw them. Both of them were lying on the living room floor, not moving, not breathing properly. For a second, I froze. My brain refused to understand what I was looking at. Then panic hit me all at once. I ran to them, shaking their shoulders. "Mom! Dad! Wake up!" Nothing. Their skin felt cold, too cold. My hands started trembling as I grabbed my phone and called the ambulance. "Please come quickly," I cried. "They're not waking up." Those few minutes felt like hours. I kept trying to wake them up, calling their names again and again, but nothing worked. When the ambulance arrived, everything turned into chaos. Doctors rushed in, checked their pulse, put oxygen masks on them, and carried them out. I followed them to the hospital, my mind completely blank. All I could think was, what happened? At the hospital, they were taken straight into emergency. The doors closed in front of me, and I was left outside, alone. Time moved painfully slow. Every second felt heavier than the last. I kept staring at those doors, waiting for someone to come out and say they were okay, but no one came. I tried calling my younger brother, Ethan. No answer. Again. And again. Still nothing. "Pick up, please," I whispered, but the calls just kept ringing. After some time, my uncle and a few relatives arrived. "What happened?" they asked. "I don't know," I said, my voice shaking. "I just found them like that." Then someone said something that made my chest tighten. "Your brother left for a trip last week, right?" I nodded. "Yes, he said he'd be gone for a few days." They exchanged worried looks. Hours passed. Finally, the doctor came out. I rushed toward him. "How are they?" I asked. "Are they okay?" He looked serious. "They're alive," he said, "but their condition is critical." My heart dropped. "What happened to them?" He paused for a moment, then said the words that shattered everything. "They've been poisoned." I felt like the ground disappeared under me. "Poisoned?" I repeated. It didn't make any sense. There was no break-in, no robbery, nothing was missing. So how? Who would do something like this? And why? That night, I didn't leave the hospital. I couldn't. I sat outside their room, staring at the floor, replaying everything in my head. If they were poisoned, then someone gave it to them, and whoever did it was someone they trusted. That thought wouldn't leave me. Early the next morning, my phone finally rang. It was Ethan. "Where are you?" I said immediately. "Why weren't you answering? Mom and Dad are in the hospital." There was a pause. Then his voice came, shocked. "What? What happened?" "They've been poisoned," I said. "That's not possible," he replied. A few hours later, he and his wife arrived. They looked worried, confused, just like me. "What happened?" he asked again. "I don't know," I said. "I just found them like that." His wife covered her mouth in shock. "Oh my God!" We all stood there trying to understand something that didn't make sense. The police arrived later that day. They asked questions, checked everything. "No sign of forced entry," one officer said. So this wasn't random. Days passed. My parents were still in critical condition. Machines everywhere. No answers, just questions. Then one evening, my husband Ryan sat beside me. He had been quiet the whole time. observing, thinking. He said, "There's something off." I looked at him. "What do you mean?" "No break-in, no outsider," he said, which means whatever happened came from inside the house. A chill ran through me. "But how?" I whispered. He didn't answer immediately. Then he said something that made my heart race. "I need to check something." The next day he came back. His face looked serious, different. I said, "Tell me." He took a deep breath. "This wasn't a one-time poisoning," he said. "It was slow." My stomach dropped. "What?" "They were being poisoned over several days." My hands started shaking. "That means," he nodded, "someone was giving it to them regularly." I felt like I couldn't breathe. "But how?" I asked. "They don't eat outside food. They don't trust strangers." "That's exactly why," he said. "I checked what they consume every day." Then he said, "Come with me." We drove to my parents' house. Everything looked normal, too normal. Ryan walked straight to the kitchen, opened a cabinet, and took out a jar of honey. "They use this daily, right?" he asked. I nodded slowly. "Yes, every morning." He looked at me, then said, "There's something you need to see." He opened a video on his phone. "Your parents had security cameras," he said quietly. My heart started pounding. The video started playing. The kitchen, same place, same angle. Then I saw them, Ethan and his wife, standing there, talking normally. Then Ethan picked up the honey jar. My breath stopped. He opened it, looked around, and then his wife took out a small bottle and poured something into it, slowly, carefully, like they had done it before. My vision blurred. "No," I whispered. They mixed it, closed the jar, placed it back, and walked away like nothing happened. The video ended. I couldn't move. I couldn't think. "This isn't real," I said. But it was. "They planned everything," Ryan said quietly. "The trip was their alibi." Tears streamed down my face. "Why?" I whispered. His answer came in one word: money. Everything made sense. Too much sense. My brother, the one who told me to visit them, had planned this. The police were informed immediately. The video confirmed everything. There was no denying it. Ethan and his wife were arrested. No more lies, no more pretending, just silence. A few days later, my parents finally woke up, weak, fragile, but alive. I held their hands tightly. "Who did this?" my father asked. That question broke me. I told them everything: the video, the poison, the truth. At first, they didn't react, like their minds refused to accept it. Then slowly, my mother started crying, quietly. My father turned his face away. "Our own son," he whispered. That moment was heavier than anything I had ever felt. Not just pain, but betrayal, the kind that never fully heals. The case went to court. The evidence was clear, and in the end, the judge gave the final verdict: life imprisonment. 3 months have passed since then. My parents are alive, but they're not the same. They don't laugh like before. They don't talk much. And sometimes they just sit in silence, trying to move on. And I'm trying too. But some truths stay with you forever. Because sometimes the people you trust the most are the ones who destroy you the deepest.